we got off to a good start in the first half. I thought that we were executing, obviously we made some shots. Second half, like we knew Carolina would, they came storming back and we had a hard time keeping them at bay. I thought there was a period though there late in the second half where I thought our guys really came together. Their body language changed in the timeout. They were calling each other out, holding each other accountable. And I thought we kind of grew up a little. If we not got the stops and got big rebounds and executed on the defensive end and the offensive end at the same time, it would be very difficult to pull this out. So I was very pleased with the guys. We had a lot of guys that I thought obviously played well from the offensive stand. Once again, though, I thought we struggled a little bit keeping North Carolina off the boards. That's an area of our game. Hopefully when we get Chris back, it will help us a little bit. But we got the timely rebounds that we had to have during the critical portion of the game. I thought it really made the difference.
Questions, please?
Leonard, do you like what you saw when Carolina came back and actually took the lead, and then you guys responded?
There's no doubt that we called a timeout, and like I said earlier, I thought our guys looked at each other, called each other, and held each other accountable. Their body language changed, and that's what you like to see from a team as young as ours. You feel like those are the moments where they're defining moments where the game's on the line, and if you're gonna win the game, you got to step up. And I thought we executed much better on the offensive end. I thought the kids responded to each other and to our coaching staff and our system. So I thought that really made a big difference.
Second straight game that basically was anybody's game with 2 minutes to go. And you know, there were some moments where it looked like they might have lost their composure a little bit in terms of forcing the issue, but they come out with a win. Is that the kind of thing that a young team needs to get over the hump?
During the Duke game, the score was 93-93, and I thought the last 2 or 3 minutes, I think we executed very well. The night, I thought that we showed that we had learned from the Duke game, because when the game was on the line, we moved the ball a little crisp, and I thought we drove the ball to the basket. It gave ourselves a chance to either get to the foul line, get a basket, or get kickouts. And I thought in each case we had some kickouts and got some knocked down some jumpers. We got to the rim, and we also got some fouls. So that's what you try to do when the game's on the line. You try to put a team in a situation where you move the ball, and if you can get a layup, you try. In the Duke game, I thought we took a little too many outside the shots.
Leonard, how important was CJ, especially after Carolina taking that lead, getting the loose ball out in transition and making some of those shots?
No doubt about that. CJ is a warrior. We all know that. He plays with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. He represents the way we like for our guys to play. Good, clean, hard-nosed, tough basketball. And I think Phil's been playing that way. But for the most part, though, I thought the entire team, during a period in the second half when the game was on the line, I thought they played with that, with CJ's tenacity.
Leonard, I've never asked you this after the game, but how are you feeling right now?
Well, I feel that mission accomplished. That we were able to come away with a victory. That was the most important thing. How I feel is not important. The most important thing is that we I had a tough last 36 hours, been a little tough on me, but I've had tougher things that I've had to overcome. Maybe not quite as painful, but tough.
Was there a chance you weren't going to be able to make it
No,
tonight?
not under no circumstances was I not going to be here. No, that was not going to happen. And if I'd had to, sometimes kidney stones are nothing really, they're not very enjoyable. They can create some pain for you. But that's okay. This makes the pain worth it.
You ever had like a dental situation or anything that would compare to this, where you dental work or appendectomy, tonsillitis?
We probably need to have a personal, private conversation. I've had a lot of things I've had to overcome, pretty tough. But the most important thing is that we come away with a victory today. I don't think there would have been, I don't know, can you think of anything that would have kept me from being here?
Got to go down for a third straight game now against a top 15 opponent against Miami. what kinds of things can a team do to stay physically and mentally sharp?
The first thing,
in a week?
you cannot, when I told the kids during that time, I thought that Carolina showed that they had a championship mentality. They were down, they came back, they gave the ball to their leader, he stepped up and he made plays. That was a championship focus. You know, we are the champions. You know, we're the third winningest program in the country in the history of college basketball, and we want to make sure we stake our place. Well, we challenged our guys. We told them. They stepped up and played like champions. It's our time now to step up and play like champions. Now, say that to say this. We're in a league that every night you go out and play, you can be playing against a top-ranked opponent. They might not be nationally ranked in the top 25, but I guarantee you this, they'll be just as good as a lot of the teams that are in the top 25. And so you have to put yourself in a frame of mind where it doesn't really matter who you're playing. If you start getting caught up with they rank 14th and they rank 3, and this team's not ranked, so we don't have to concern ourselves as much with them, that's when you go lose on the road, Pittsburgh and Syracuse and Georgia Tech, like we did last year. So we trying to teach our kids that let's enjoy this one, but it's not as much about who we're playing, it's about how we prepare ourselves and how close we come to playing up to our potential. And that's what we're concentrating on. And that's not easy. You know, that's not a mindset, but that's the championship type of mindset that we're trying to develop. And I think we've made a significant amount of progress from a cultural standpoint. But in order for us to become that consistent threat competing against national ranked people night in, night out, we got to have that Seminole culture at a level 5 that we call it.
Does it make it more or less challenging with the holiday, like not being in school? Does that have any
To
impact?
be honest with you, had you not mentioned that, I wouldn't even thought about it. Because we have to play. The game's going to be played regardless of whether it's holiday or whether or not it's 7 o'clock in the morning. It doesn't really matter. You know, if you worry about those things you can control, and that's the environment that you're in, your mindset that you're participating in. Our guys are growing up, they're moving in that direction. We're not there yet. I think we're growing in the direction that we like, the frame of mind that we like to see them.
Leonard, how important, it's early in conference play, but how important is it to get to 500? Because a couple of years ago you started 0-3 and it was an uphill challenge the rest of the way.
It doesn't really matter if you're 0-1 or 0-2. You got, how many games we got to play? 18? You just got to make sure that number is right at the end of the season. So we love to win them all, but if you lose them, you still got to find a way to come back and overcome. And so what we're trying to do is just not get caught up in anything other than the preparation for the next game. And our guys are maturing. I think they hold each other accountable. I saw some growth tonight when the game's on the line.
What are some adjustments that your team needs to make moving forward in the ACC conference?
Well, we need to become a better rebounding team. We've had our head handed to us 2 games in a row by not keeping people off the offensive board. Some of us, that's who we are. Sometimes we play small. That's an area of the game we got to get a little better. I still think we can execute a lot better on offense. Even though we had scored 51 points in the first half, and we shot a pretty good percentage, I still think that we still got a lot of room for improvement in that area.
Leonard, how good was it to see that you guys, when it mattered there at the end, you got every defensive rebound you needed to get?
Well, that's what I said. I just think that during that period, our guys kind of grew up, and we have to go get these rebounds. We got to jump a little harder. We got to be a little more aggressive. We got to tie the loose balls up. You got to contest the shots. I thought that Trent's defense, I thought, was very good there in the latter stages of the game. Well, they all have had their moments defensively that we contested the shots. We had a hard time containing the barrier. He's a great player. He does that night in and night out. But I thought we did a pretty good job on the rest of the guys.
Any more questions?